So what's Brian's special power?
His special power is that he could eat a lot of potato chips, like in one sitting, and it'll blow your mind. Watch. Hum.
Okay, and the Germs' special power is that he has some really, really, really loud exclamation about Brian's ability to eat potato chips.
like he goes, whoa! He goes, whoa, so loud that it like busts windows and like flips over cars and then stops bank robberies.
Perfect, dude. Snapdragon. Hello, beautiful people. It's got to be not a tag. It's got to be bringing you the best and the worst of the internet ever since 1776. I'm Brian Brushwood in Austin, Texas. Joining me is Justin Robert Young in Oakland, California. What's going on, Professor J.R.Y.?
Holy crap.
What just happened? It was really weird. I didn't hear anything from you.
No, well, yeah, I can't talk because of the Skype ducking.
Oh, got it.
When it's super loud. But yeah, dude, man, it's the end of the year. This is always a fun episode. We do an episode here at the end, and it's always it's a loose, it's a hang. We're all just chilling out. Amtrucker showed up. Take a look at this.
Hey,
Amtrucker's
buddies.
just hanging out here in Oakland.
That was the loosest high I've ever given.
What was the loosest high? Hey, buddy, how's Mission Pick doing these days?
Freaking great.
Yeah?
It is looking more and more awesome every single day. And today we got our first email from an unsolicited venture capitalist.
Hold on. It sounded like you said something about a venture capitalist.
Yeah, it's crazy. I haven't written him back yet, and he's probably
because you're too rad. You're too
actually
rad
just
to
gives
bother
money
with that
to people,
shit.
hoping that they'll come into his deep dark pit.
So okay. What can you say about the venture capitalist?
Oh, there's nothing worth saying right now. Like we're still happy to like kind of bootstrap it for at least another month or so. But things are really.
But then at that
honest to
point,
God
they're going to
looking
start
awesome.
eating each other.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, congrats. So what do we usually do at the end of the year, Justin?
Well, normally what happens is we go ahead into the Google Zeitgeist and we go over the topics for the year. And we'll do that in a little bit. We also have, everybody does, resolutions, right? And everyone's like, oh, what's your resolution? We're going to do it a little bit differently. What we want
Bullshit
everybody
promises is what I call resolutions.
What was that?
Bullshit promises, man.
Yeah, bullshit
Like,
promises.
yeah, whatever.
Don't bring your weak shit into this house and expect us to fucking, tickle your belly for it, right?
Yeah,
Fuck
right
that.
on.
We want hard, turgid fucking promises.
Turgid.
We want to message.
Turgid promises needs to be the new phrase that replaces
You mean
a New Year's resolution.
you mean you guys need to come in at a solid number 2?
Fucking rock hard number 2. Except
Wait a minute.
that
Have
when
we checked the Billboard charts? Or did the Billboard charts come out tomorrow?
Billboard charts maybe said we're loosey goosey number 5. Yeah.
Oh, really? Is that where we debuted at?
Yeah, I don't want to get in a fight with Billboard, but they kind of said we're number 5. Which, by the way, first of all,
only charting
first of all-
at number 5 on the Billboard charts.
that's bullshit because like number 1 is pee, number 2 is poo, number 3 is jerking off, number 4 is menstruation.
And number 5 is all of the above.
See, I don't know. It feels
Number 5 is making a comedy album.
touche, my lady. Thank you, Bonnie.
There's always
Dude,
breast
by the
milk,
way,
too.
Weird Al. I mean, like, I guess this was just like the wrong year to launch a comedy album. It's a good thing we didn't try to launch 2 of them this year. Weird Al just killing it. Like, that dude was like the number 1 album in the country.
I mean, good for him, I guess. His parents died of asphyxiation.
What? Is that true?
Yeah. They
Oh, Brian. God.
his parents like died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Recently?
If that matters. Yeah, last year, 2 years ago.
That's sad.
Look, let's not talk
Dark
about Weird
fast.
Al's parents dying. Jeez, that's weird.
So anyway, Brian, what's going on? Like,
Dude, I feel
are
like
you
a
all right?
failure.
You seem a little on edge.
I am on edge because I fucking showed my child. Okay, so it's like we have these ideas of the way things are gonna go, and there's stuff that we plan contingencies for, and then there's other stuff that is like, I never saw that coming. Today was a I never saw it coming day. Freaking Bonnie was off running, so I showed Penny Firefly. She kind of hated it.
Hated it.
Hated it like specifically.
Like hated it like Men on Film? Did she like go like hated it?
Hated it specifically for being boring, which is like there's no shortage of reasons that you can have a problem with the show, but it's like boring. I didn't expect that to be one of them.
I mean, it's a little talky. Well, and also let's just get context, right? How have you said how old your daughter is?
She's 10, almost 11. I mean,
So 10 years old.
but also like she loves the Avengers, which is a Joss Whedon vehicle.
Avengers also has like costumed superheroes that punch each other and things and stuff like that.
yeah,
fair
but
enough.
Firefly has a costumed prostitute. So like what
Cos-pros, as
She
they
wears
call it.
dresses, right? But I mean, like,
by
I
the
guess,
way,
like,
all right, hold on.
if you get an
let's
Oscar
dial
for
it back.
you would call it a
Bonnie,
costume.
by the way, finds out that I'm showing Firefly, and is just like, "Are you okay with showing Firefly to our child? I don't think we're on the same page with this." And I'm like, "Well, what are you talking about? We watched it and we decided it was, pretty much good." And she's like, "Well, if our child becomes a prostitute, it's your fault."
I mean,
So
a
he-
space prostitute.
So then he
Space prostitute.
Well, and that'll probably happen in the, we'll have space prostitute if we haven't already. But then, and then he goes, okay, well, she didn't like that, so let's show her Cowboy Bebop.
Dude,
With another.
which by the way, we had to kind of seduce her into Cowboy Bebop. Like, I just started playing it for Josie because I gave up on Penny. I'm like, whatever, you're dead to me, eldest child. It didn't work. And then, and so I started playing Cowboy Bebop, and Josie was sort of on the fence about it, but I noticed that upstairs, Penny was like, like as if she was Kilroy peeking over the edge, watching. And she seemed to get into it. She came downstairs after the third episode.
Is there like
She peeked over the rail for 45 minutes before she
She did. And I repeatedly said to her, like, "Hey, Penny, why don't you come down and join us?" And she's like, "I'm fine up here." Peeking over the edge, watching Cowboy Bebop.
She was like terrified that she would go downstairs and it would be a big trap and you'd start playing episode 2 of Firefly.
I know, exactly. Or she'd have to go into this awkward, like, Dad, I just don't like it again. And it'd be like, oh, twice in one day. So.
It's funny because, like,
I feel like I'm missing something. Like, did today start out with you like getting an email saying that like today was Cultural Education Day and you needed to make your daughter like a TV show?
I mean, not so much. It's sort of like it's been on the periphery. Like, Bonnie and I rewatched the first episode of Firefly just to decide if it was a match for the kids. But that happened like last week. And by the way, I was surprised that you were upset about me showing that.
I don't know. I remember still saying,
I just
I
don't
think
love
so.
teaching our kids about prostitution.
I
and
know. It's really
First of all, it's not like a pro prostitution agenda. It's not like guess what the right way to live your life
It's
is.
not an anti-prostitution agenda, though, right?
No,
Like,
it definitely
humanizes
glamorizes
and
the
empowers
It
the
does not glamorize.
It does.
prostitution. No, what are you talking about?
Look, I told
It's
Brian.
back to like Firefly is not an uncomplicated story. Like the Avengers is an uncomplicated story. The good guys are good, the bad guys are bad, the good guys punch the bad guys. In Firefly, we're dealing with ambiguous main characters who are bad and are against the government or against the overarching power and are making money illegally, but yet we like. The courtesan or prostitute is somebody that even in our modern way of looking at is somebody that is disenfranchised. Yes, Joss Whedon makes the interesting creative decision to make her empowered. And that's why, like, we like it because we're adults. I just don't know if these are digestible themes for a 10-year-old.
Another important point is
as
that
advanced as she is, because she's super smart, right? But that's like to be like, oh, she liked the Avengers, she'd like Firefly. I feel like is maybe a bridge too far.
Speaking to the ambiguity, the important point might be that the prostitute may be the only character that doesn't murder someone in the first 3 episodes.
Well, okay, and again, all of these legitimate complaints. However, like I would think that Penny, if she gave up on a show, would say like, "Dad, I'm uncomfortable with the moral ambiguity of our protagonist. I really feel like we
You're
should."
10-year-old.
Well, she already
All
does
of this,
kinda talk
all of
like
this
that.
sounds
Yeah.
like the kind of way she would talk, right?
Yeah.
She's like, "Dad, I'm uncomfortable with our protagonist. It feels like morally ambiguous. I don't understand." The one thing I was not prepared for was Penny to say, "It's been 30 minutes, Dad. Pretty bored." Like I was not prepared for that. That's what blew my mind.
Yeah.
Can we also get a sense, just in time for people who are listening to this, not like on podcast or watching it on YouTube, when in the day did this happen?
Like 11
In the
a.m.
morning.
And what time is it that we are recording this now?
11 p.m.
So 12 hours ago this happened.
Yes.
And you are, would it be fair to categorize your mood as close to devastated?
Still devastated. Like I tried to salvage, like that's the whole reason that I played Cowboy Bebop, to seduce Penny into the idea that a morally ambiguous primary, character could maybe be interesting in a I don't know, space opera.
Are you
Whatever.
more or less devastated now than you were 12 hours ago? Did 12 hours to like fade away or 12 hours to fester?
Dude, I'll tell you what, I feel a lot better right now because I have definitely gotten Penny into, Space Cowboy land. Like, I feel like my new move is to, reintroduce Firefly. Like, after we finish Cowboy Bebop, I'll be like, hey, like Cowboy Bebop? Firefly is pretty much Cowboy Bebop, but like with like live action characters.
No.
So when you try
What?
and get her
No?
in Breaking Bad, which cartoon
No.
death lab are you
No.
going to use?
I remember being so desperate to like hang out with my parents that I'd watch Cheers. And so, I mean, yeah, you also there or MASH. I mean, what is there for a 10-year-old in MASH? And yet,
Jesus.
yes, I subjugated myself to this just so I could like spend quality time with my parents. But like, do we really need to do that to our child? Can't we just? I mean, there's plenty of.
You don't
shows
know what
out
would
there.
make Penny enjoy Firefly more? Another 5 years of context to the themes for which Firefly are based on.
Exactly.
Like, it's not the simplest story in the world. She's going to get it. She is a brilliant young person who will continue to have her taste evolve over time. When you are 15, did you enjoy all the stuff that you did when you were 10? No, your taste evolved. You wanted more complex stories and themes. She is super advanced from her age, and it'll probably happen sooner than that. But maybe, just maybe, the problem is not with Penny, but rather with the fact that this is just too early for her to appreciate it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's old enough to appreciate patreon.com/night attack.
Wait, hold on. Say this again. Patreon.com. Patreon.com.
/night attack.
All right. What about it?
So here's the deal. Patreon.com/night attack. It's a brilliant thing. What happens is you go on there and you give us money. And when you give us money, we keep doing the show.
Right on. So I guess we're ready to move on now.
To move on to what?
I don't know. It's part of me thinks it would be funny to just acknowledge that Patreon is the thing and then just boom.
All right.
Patreon's the thing, people. For those of you who are claiming that Patreon doesn't exist, fuck you. It exists.
You're goddamn right, Brian. I couldn't agree with you more.
Right on. 1777 people contributing $1,968.28, and every single cent matters, except for you guys who are only pledging a cent per episode, secretly knowing that we'll never charge you. Touche. You, my friends, hacked the system.
But yet, it shows
right.
support. It's good to have that Patreon number.
That's the funny part, right? Is that we're
Yes.
pro all that stuff.
Hey, Brian, you want to go do the Google Zeitgeist?
Yeah, we do. Are they calling it the Google Zeitgeist this year? Because
Goddamn, they are.
Zeitgeist.
Hey, Brian,
Yeah. What?
you want to take a guess on what number 10 is?
Patreon.com/Night Attack.
It was not. It was not patreon.com/Night Attack. The number 10 trending search. And again, this is normally with the Zeitgeist. What happens is, it's about, things that people don't know about.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure. Well, I mean,
They need to know more about it, or it's something that explodes.
they're the most searched things, right?
Yeah. So we're just doing searches here, Brian. That was the top left.
All right.
No. You had it right there. Or it's right there. It's right in front of your...
Explore the year in search.
No, the top left thing that was there was searches. In that...
Jesus.
Okay.
What's
Just
the
click
problem
on
with
view
I
it?
screwed
24
everything up. All right. Guide me through this. Walk me through it. Let's do it.
All right, so there's 3 lists up top,
Searches,
right?
people, and gifts.
Searches is what we're looking for.
Yeah,
That's
got
the
it.
granddaddy of them.
That's what I want to click on.
There we go. So let's start at 10.
Yep. Ukraine.
Holy shit. Wait a minute. 10 for me was the Sochi Olympics.
Not anymore.
No, for real. Look at this. Check this shit out. What kind of fuckery is this, Google? Hold on. Wait a minute.
What I like is the genuine feeling of betrayal that you have for Google right now. You're like, what the fuck, man?
What the fuck, assholes? Where the fuck do you guys get off with Sochi Olympics? What kind of horse shit is this? I invalidate these entire... The Zeitgeist is a lie. As is Christ.
Shut down the cameras. Turn off the lights. Kick
All
over
right.
things.
So-
Quick, we're in Oakland. Let's go have a riot.
We will fucking riot over this.
What's the best way for us to look this up?
I don't know. I mean, like, what? Should we go to
just pick
Bing?
one, right? Is Sochi Olympics and the Ukraine like really that far apart? Like it was a 2-week span, and then it was all became the same thing.
Dave
So-
Barker says that I select the correct year. Hell yeah, man! It's 2014. People
I
were
just
people
wrote
were Sochi Olympics in
2014.
2013.
And trending topics 2014. Searches. I'm going to click on. All right, let's start at the bottom.
All right, so wait, Brian's looking at U.S. only. I'm looking at global.
I mean, I thought it was global, was what I had.
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, it's global as opposed to USA.
Number 10 is the Ukraine.
All right, well, let's look at the Ukraine. Brian, what'd you learn about the Ukraine this year?
I learned, according to this headline, that there was a radioactive leak at a major Ukrainian nuclear plant. Should I feel bad that I had no idea this happened?
I don't think that that's what happened in the Ukraine, right? I think it was the whole like Russia taking over thing.
No.
I mean, that
it
probably
says-
also happened in the Ukraine. Oh, that happened today.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
this is
today.
today's
Okay, all right.
news.
Yeah.
all right.
Brian.
Let me back it up. I mean,
That was
like,
crazy.
I'm clicking on the word
Kinda
Ukraine.
crazy, right?
I mean, what am I supposed to do?
I'll tell you what I learned about the Ukraine this year. Here's a fun fact. If you want to develop a web application or a iPhone application in a foreign country, don't choose a foreign country that's going to be invaded by Russia.
Wait, hold on. Wait, this happened with your developers, right?
Yeah.
So
I had
wait,
a development team out of the Ukraine working on Mission Pick early on in the year. And then all of a sudden they got invaded by Russia, and I had to find a new development team.
Okay, real quick. We have a bit of an overthrow happening from our chat realm. T2T2 gives us a link that takes us to this list. Number 10
that's the
is...
same one I got.
Okay, right on. Good
I
deal.
mean, we can talk about both. All right, well let's go heads up.
No.
Brian,
Let's just
what
say
what
in
was
this-
more relevant to you this year? The Sochi Olympics or the Ukraine?
Sochi Olympics.
You
Right?
think so? A bunch of gay hating fun and games over Russia futzing their borders.
I would love it. In my mind, it's like the Olympics happens and everybody flexes their muscle and they're like, "We ain't gay. We ain't gay. What's up? Let's fight. We ain't gay."
What if the Olympics was just like a bunch of people that are like, "Oh, we're not gay. Well, if you're not gay, then get your lips close to mine. But just go ahead." I'm so not gay. I can get my lips really close. I can get my lips really, really close.
Bro,
Watch me wrestle. Watch me wrestle.
bro, if you really weren't gay, you'd be kissing my dick right now.
Yeah, I know.
That's the only way to prove you ain't
In front
gay.
of me. Like, here, touch my dick. It's not hard. Not hard at all.
Look at this. Try to put your dick in my butt. Is it hard? Because if it's hard, that means you're gay. Oh, it's not
I know.
hard. You're not gay, bro. What's up?
Just lay it in there like a worm. You know, I bet you can't put your soft penis nestled inside my butt until it gets warm and put a little meat thermometer in there to prove it.
Fucking lay your limp ass fucking half fat fucking Walmart hot dog in my butt crack.
Go ahead and lay your silkworm in my halved pear.
Lay your silkworm in my half pear. I would like to imagine the reverse, where it's like somebody who's gay who's trying to seduce somebody who's straight, trying to use poetic imagery. It was like, lay your silkworm in my half pear.
And I guess it's better than Walmart hot dog.
Yeah.
Probably.
Do you think that maybe it was just a bunch of guys watching Sissy Hypno and trying not to
That's
get
what I was trying to go for.
Just confused. They're all like, "Brr, this isn't why I clicked on the rando button. What's up?"
All right, so there we go. I mean, both of them involve Russia, right? Russia had a bit of a weird year.
Dude, plus also, like, what was up with Chelsea Handler, like, getting, like, genuinely angry that she couldn't flash her tits on Instagram? Like,
so Chelsea Handler
she saw freaking Putin, flashing his 50-year-old man boobs, and she's like, I have 40-year-old woman boobs. Fuck you, penis man. And then she ripped them open, and it was fucking epic, I'm sure, but we never saw it because Instagram took that down.
Yeah, I mean, you could see it, though. Just go ahead and Google it. Chelsea Handler boobs.
You want to show it right now?
What could go wrong?
Yeah, whatever.
Chelsea.
Google don't care. Google's like your permissive friend's older brother.
Dude,
just like, whatever.
Have
It's your
we
boobs,
ever?
fine.
Have we
Go
ever?
ahead. Just take it.
Dude,
I'm just going to lay it out. And if
Yeah.
you want to look at Chelsea Handler's 40-year-old titties,
should I scroll
She
down?
needs to have a
Bonnie, I need
a
your
baby.
permission. Can I scroll down?
Are you gonna get kicked off of whatever
Of
our
what?
hosting
Our
people's?
awesome fucking Turkish CDN host?
I don't
No.
know. Whoever is
Oh,
like,
damn it. God damn it. I got all excited. And then I scrolled down and I got text.
my God, that was
God damn it.
awesome! I wish you guys could have seen Brian's face. He was just like, what?
dude, you got crop blocked, bro.
I know. By the way,
Did you say
that's
crop blocked?
Yeah, totally didn't steal that from Robert
Like-
underscore.
I love crop blocked as
blocked.
a new way.
dude, that's the way I feel about all those forwards on Facebook. I keep getting crop
You
blocked.
keep getting crop blocked?
Like,
Yeah,
like-
boo.
Like a bunch of hot dudes with like just like the stem of their wiener, and you're like, I would like to see the rest of that wiener. Oops, crop blocked.
Oh, by the way, there's boobs.
Damn, she's got some big titties.
Well, yeah, right on. That's science.
So I mean, that's pretty much what so Russia. What did Russia have? Russia continued to harbor Snowden, right? That was still an issue. They had the Sochi Olympics. They started fucking around in Eastern Europe like they were playing Risk.
yeah. By the way, did they actually invade another country?
All right, so here we go. This is the number one place for foreign policy discussion, Night Attack. I'm pretty sure they like kind of started like annexing. Wait, what happened? I'm sure T2 knows
okay.
because it's like his neighborhood.
Wow,
Crimea.
racist.
They rolled up into Crimea and were like,
no, well,
"What's
and,
up,
and
bitch?"
first of all, they managed to do the classy thing, which is pretend like Crimea had a election. They're like, "Hey guys, do you love Russia? Check yes or no." And then people like checked yes, and they're like, "Sweet, so we're invading you." And then they walked in and took it.
Exactly. They're like, "Would you like us to take over your country?" And people were like, "Eh." And then they rolled up like,
Fair enough.
all right, what is next on the list? That was, I mean, like it was the Russia block at 10. So
And it's
9.
really tough. I just keep looking at Chelsea Handler's boobs.
tits.
Yeah.
Which, for the record, I mean, like, good job by her.
Good job, my lady.
Mitsula very nicely
Off
says.
of the cap to you, Miss Handler.
All right. So here's the weird thing: is the movie Frozen came out last year, but it's one of the top searches for this year.
I
What's
mean,
up with
but
that?
it came out in December last year, right? Or December the year before.
No. It was November of last year.
Okay, but toward the end of the year.
Yes. By the way, I'm searching for this. Real quick. Here's official Let It Go.
She's got more views than you
My
do,
kids.
Brian.
Yeah, no, makes sense. By the way, this is my kid's favorite video of all time.
The poop comes out of my butt tonight. No toilet paper to be seen. A bathroom with nothing to wipe with. There's no way I'm getting clean. My stomach's growling with the poop that is inside. Couldn't keep it in. Heaven knows I tried. No one coming, no one can see. Oh my god, now I feel like I have to pee. I hate how this feels, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let me poop. Can't hold it in anymore. Let me
Kill it
poop.
with fire.
Bonnie is like vehemently doing the like kill it, like stop this, and it's like meanwhile like this is my life. This is what my kids are singing nonstop every day.
Let me poop.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it's a catchy
Let me
song.
poop. I should have closed that door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the poop come out. The smell never bothered me anyway.
I mean, that's certainly a thing, man.
Young Emily is gifted.
Yeah, she's got it going on. I'll bet you what. I bet you her comedy album would crack the top 5.
It hit number 2. Oh, jeez.
All right, I think we're good on,
All right.
on Let Me Poop.
Are you sure I can play more?
It's funny this bowl's too small.
It's funny that this bowl's too small.
Okay, one, she did not write these lyrics. I'm like, really? Yeah, she's not even writing her own comedy.
What are you talking about?
I mean, you know, at least Penny wrote the Let It Go song parody.
What are you talking about?
Okay, no kid her age is referring to a toilet as a bowl.
It's all the poop I have.
All right, we're
I
done.
don't think
We're
so.
done with Let It Poop.
Yeah, I'm done
That's a good
with
point.
it too.
No, I agree. I
Kill it
agree.
with
I'm on the
fire.
same page.
Don't think it will hold it all. It
Number 8 is
a
ISIS, Brian.
Freddy
ISIS.
Boy.
International.
It's time.
ISIS.
ISIS.
The
Eight is
Islamic
ISIS.
Nation, right?
What was that?
The Islamic Nation, right?
Yeah, in Syria.
Don't you?
Time to see what I can do to rid my body of this poop. No right, no wrong, no rules for
The only
me.
reason I haven't
I'm sorry, you were
reached-
talking about the Islamic
The
State.
only reason I haven't closed that window is because I don't want to be seen.
I'm sorry. You're talking about the Islamic State.
Don't let him trap you. He's just gonna keep doing this.
No. But the
Bonnie,
Islamic
I
State.
believe he'll allow me to talk about the pervasive threat known as ISIS.
Yes, we have a statement from them.
I'm free. Let me poop. Let me poop. I'm scared to look inside.
Is it true that the Islamic State is scared to look inside?
I mean, they really made an impact, beheading people. Brian, several journalists killed on camera.
Huh.
I don't think you can do that. No.
We can play. We actually have footage of somebody having their head chopped off on video.
Let me poop. Let me poop. I think I'm gonna cry. Here I sit and here I stay until it all comes out. My poop overflows from the bowl onto.
All right, fine.
Thank you. I was like, there's no way for me to kill this guy. You're just going to have to take control.
Dude,
'cause,
I'll
like-
tell you this much, man. Like, I would rather watch a child sing about poop for like 37 days than listen to ISIS for even 1 minute.
I mean, I don't think that people would disagree with you on that, right? I don't think people are like clamoring to hear from ISIS.
So in that regard, I'm just giving the people what they want.
I
Well, that's
don't
the
know
problem.
if that's the case.
For
considering
evil
our
to
chat
win.
room.
The ground. My socks are fully soaked
Or
in.
a song about poop.
All right, fine. Good enough.
Conchita Wurst is the number 7 search. Brian, do you know who Conchita Wurst is?
First
Go,
of
just
all,
go ahead and take a guess at the top of your head. Who's Conchita Wurst without clicking on the link?
I mean, first of all, it's Conchita, Conchita, which, as we all know, is Spanish for with the cheetah. And
Yeah.
So it's like a bratwurst, but with cheetah instead of sauerkraut.
okay, first of all, Wurst also in German means rad. So with the rad, Penny, Bonnie. Oops, Freudian slip. Hey, so what do you think Conchita Wurst is?
I think she is a pop singer that came from Spain and lives in Germany. And, and she's Conchita Wurst now.
Conchita Wurst.
Wait, come on. Wait a minute, Bonnie.
Yes.
Is that like, are you? Is that? Do you
Don't
know
make
what
fun
this
of
is?
me. No,
Dude,
I don't.
for the record, neither me nor Bonnie have any idea who the fuck Conchita Wurst
I gotta
is.
admit, I barely know what
almost
ISIS
nailed
is.
it, by the way.
Oh my god!
shit,
Steve and all of our European listeners, or T2T2, I know who follows this with glee every year, won the Eurovision Song Contest, which is like their big, it's like an American Idol thing, right? But you are represented by different countries, but had a very unique look to her. She has a beard.
Whoa!
And it was quite a big thing because apparently
Oh
Europe
shit, son!
Holy
Yeah,
cow.
weird
There
about
it is.
stuff like that.
Like she's for real a bearded lady?
Well, she's a lady with a beard. First of all, bearded lady is a loaded term, and it's not fair to women who happen to have a beard.
What do you
She's a
mean?
woman who has a beard. She's not a bearded lady.
How am I being insensitive
Ah,
to say
fucking
she's...
so typical. So typical gender-centric. God,
no.
just sit there with your fucking clean-shaven, smooth face and sneer at all the non-bearded women.
No, is she a naturally female?
Oh,
You
typical.
make me
Typical.
feel. She can probably sing "Natural Woman."
I know. No, I'm just wondering. If this
I am
just
Batman
happened-
X is suggesting you check your privilege, Bonnie.
Huh?
Check your privilege, girl.
What does that mean?
You're sitting there on your fucking mountain, your mountain of smooth, clean chins without whiskers on them, you think you're better than everyone else?
So people are. I mean, all right. So I don't know if this is the right term. Neshcom says she is a cross-dresser. I don't think cross-dresser is the appropriate term.
Okay.
No,
She's not
she's a woman.
transgendered, meaning that I don't think that she has had the plumbing
She's not
change.
transgender.
Well, no. Well, I mean, she's not born a man wanting to or believing she should be a woman. She looks like a woman who just happens to have a rad-ass beard.
That Conchita's got a worst.
What is this?
Conchita's got a bratwurst. That's a fact.
That's where we get the worst from. Is that how you get the worst in the title? Is that she's got a,
I mean, first of all,
So Neshcom writes. Newworth, I guess, is the government name. Clarified that he does not identify as transgender, but is instead a gay man, and he describes himself as a drag queen, using female pronouns to describe his worst character, but male pronouns to refer to himself. So Conchita is a character.
okay, all right, wait, dial it back. I mean, fucking look, it's complicated enough to begin with, right? Now you're gonna fucking introduce meta level shit. It's like,
I don't know. I want to be
Hold on, wait. People are like,
I
he's a poser. It's a drag queen persona. Like, these are not new,
Okay.
right?
Okay,
That's like saying, like
but-
RuPaul. You say RuPaul is a her, right?
no.
RuPaul is not the guy that plays RuPaul. RuPaul is a character.
but also like there's that 17-year-old kid on Reddit who killed himself, herself, because he identified as transgender and his parents were not cool with that, and so he killed himself, and then his parents went out and said, hey, by the way, our son got hit by a car terribly bad, right? And then but meanwhile, because he was clever, or she was clever, he scheduled releases on his Tumblr feed saying like, by the way, I killed myself because my parents don't accept that I'm transgender and they don't think it's a real thing. Like it's complicated enough as it is, but to go meta, I don't know. It's just,
I don't think this is meta. Like if anything, the more accepted element is the fact that people play drag characters,
okay.
right?
How
Yeah.
would
Like
you explain it?
Like she's been around and famous since like the 80s, right? With John Waters movies.
How would you explain it to in a world where we are currently trying to explain to our parents what transgender means and how somebody could be born male and identify as female and never have the intention of any kind of surgery, but have a penis? Somebody who identifies as a female who happens to have a penis, which again, totally cool. How do you go the next level and say, but also somebody may identify as a male with a penis who likes other males, but likes to play a character pretending to be a female?
It's a good point. Amtracker, explain it.
I'm actually still worried about what worst means. Is this kind of like being named Miley Wiener? Like if you were American?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I think that's the point. All right, so Brian, I think what you are confusing is that there are artifices to like there's somebody who plays a character,
Sure.
right? Like,
Sure.
and when
and I
drag
guess that's
queens
the,
are on
that's
stage or have created a persona, that's a character they are playing. And
That takes
some
us-
they want to also be transgendered and live the rest of their life like that, or they might just like to play this character and get an artistic expression out of that, and they can be gay or straight or whatever, right?
I
That
guess-
is just
I guess
the
I-
basic-
This
my-
takes us back to
artist-
MASH again. I saw this 30 years ago.
wait, go on.
Well, there was that guy that tried to get out
Jamie
of the...
Farr
Yeah.
played he was trying to be Section 8.
Right,
And,
right. So he played a female character as he
No.
doctored.
No. Very different. He did not pretend to be female. He was a male who dressed in women's clothing because he was trying to pretend to be crazy.
Right.
Which, if anything, plays into the stereotypes that most transgender people are trying to buck.
Yeah,
Right
since
now.
the 70s. Exactly.
Okay, well, I guess the whole thing, like, oh, this is a bit you're doing, is what everybody is most willing to accept.
Well, that's what he's saying it is.
Yeah, it's not
The
super
guy
different
is
from
saying
like,
there's a character. So we can talk about the character that's Conchita, right?
Right.
And then we can talk about the guy that is playing the character.
it's not super different from like Will Ferrell playing Janet Reno if Will Ferrell also happened to be gay.
And they don't have to be gay. They don't want to. They can be gay. And oftentimes it's gay. I mean, that's just the
Okay.
demo for which
Yeah, that makes
happens to
sense.
do
I
this
kinda
more
get
often.
that.
But
Should
I don't know. How do we get in on this? How do we even get here?
We are looking at
This is
Google
not my
Zeitgeist.
beautiful wife.
This
is not my beautiful chair.
Okay, like Flappy Bird, Brian.
Flappy Bird.
I don't know, but
I'll
I
tell you
do
what,
know,
man.
Penny called her
Okay,
teacher transgender.
Real quick, I'm gonna throw. Okay, first of all, yes, Penny definitely called her teacher transgender, and it was really awkward and weird because she was not prepared for that. But let's talk about Flappy Bird, and I want to take a bet before we do a search for it. Flappy Bird, of course, you know the notoriously difficult Flapping Bird game. Question: if you're gonna place a bet, $5, all of us on the table. If I search Flappy Bird,
Oh, Brian.
is there an identical game about like I don't know, maybe it's a dick that you jerk it off and it like shoots jizz and that flaps it up or something? like do you think Flappy Bird exists?
Likely, yes, Brian. I believe that somebody made a flash game at
An
the height of
Amtrekker.
popularity that made it among one of the most searched terms in the world. That yes, somebody made a Flappy Bird.
And Amtrekker's in the back going, it is now my next app. My next FAP.
Here's
FAP app.
here's Flappy Bird.
No, that's Flappy Bird. That's Flappy Bird.
Oh no, it does say Flappy Bird. Okay, hold on. Flappy Bird. There.
Bunch of birds jerking off.
Oh my God.
You know my bird jerks off a lot now?
What's that?
Yours does?
Dr. Bird, yeah.
Wait, he jerks off?
Oh, constantly.
How?
He's
Wait.
really into it.
What are you talking about?
He says, I learned it from watching you, Dad.
Fair point. Listen, man, I wouldn't be able to say anything. No, he rubs his vent up against the grate.
There's a lot of videos about
I don't know what
Flappy Bird.
it's like all this like metal platforming, right?
Uh-huh.
And he goes ahead and just rubs, like birds just kind of have one vent which everything comes out of, and he just like just like rubs it like back and forth, and you hear it like.
Oh my God! I wish everybody could see Brett's face right now.
Yeah.
Brett is sitting there like twisted with his face like twisting into a grimace as he hears the explicit description of your bird masturbating.
Like sometimes I get woken up by it. It's loud.
Like he
Yeah.
has a metal vent on a metal grate? Like,
Well, no, it's just he's grinding it really hard.
like is it
He goes hard in the motherfucking paint.
like
this guy.
does he have a raw vent in the morning?
I don't know. I mean, you'd have to ask
Do you
him.
ever put like ointment on
Whenever I ask, he just says, "Hi, doctor."
Hi, Doctor.
I mean, listen, the guy loves it. I mean, to each their own, right? I'm trying to be sex positive about this bird I got. Next thing I'm gonna try is show him Firefly and then be pissed off when he flies away and shits on the floor.
Has sex with penguin.
So I missed it. Did you actually find a Flappy Bird?
No, a billion things that said the words Flappy Bird, but
And the word game?
not. Meanwhile, here's his seal having sex with a penguin.
Oh my Lord.
What?
Oh, is this consensual?
He's like a boss. He's looking left and right, like y'all seeing this?
Like thug life, man.
Oh, how do you hear that shit? God damn!
I feel like this is an Animal Planet version of The Accused.
Oh
It's a pinball machine away from everybody being culpable.
That's the thing.
Number 5, Brian, ALS Ice Bucket Challenge.
I missed that. What was the ice bucket challenge?
Oh, God.
I didn't see it.
What happened here, Brian, is you get a big old bucket of
Ice.
ALS and you throw some ice on it.
ALS.
Does
Just like
dump on your head.
God, you poor ALS.
We all have ALS.
you pour some Lou Gehrig's disease all over your body, and you just fucking
I
wobble.
consider myself the ALS man in the world.
ALS man.
Now,
So this was obviously to raise awareness for ALS research. You had a bunch of celebrities pouring ice on their heads, and you challenge other people. Your friends did it on Facebook. Everybody got to feel like a little bit of a superstar and get a bunch of likes on a Facebook post, and a bunch of money got raised for charity.
Did you do the ALS? Did you pour ALS all over your head?
I did a self-loathers guide video. Like, I didn't want to do it unless I could think of something funny to do with it, and I don't know. I don't know whether or not it was funny or not, but I think people liked it.
I agree with Atticus that Patrick Stewart's was the best video.
What was it?
You saw it?
Yeah, Patrick Stewart did it the other way. Because the idea was that you had 48 hours to either dump ice on your head or donate money to charity. Like, that was like the out. But I think either way.
Holy shit! I don't think I saw this at all.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
I know you did.
Okay, here we go. He's
No.
sitting
you
in a
started
hotel.
It halfway.
I mean, I started at
No,
at
that's
the
right.
beginning.
Okay.
Yeah. He's writing
Writing a
in a
check.
hotel. Looks like he's writing maybe a check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Baller money here, man.
And then he pulls hotel ice bucket, grabs 1 ice cube, 2 ice cubes, pours whiskey, I assume, into the ice cubes, toasts, drinks, and smiles. And then just goes back to him writing.
I mean, he wrote a check.
No, he
You know,
wrote a
that's
check.
what you're supposed
Oh,
to
okay.
do. And everybody's all dumping ice. They're like,
That's all it is.
Yeah,
They're waiting
they're all
for
like-
something to happen.
they're all
And then
like, fuck you guys. He goes, you know what?
That's amazing.
I choose to write a check.
Yeah, fuck
So,
right. Like,
yeah.
eat shit, assholes.
Exactly. So this is
That's pretty good.
The classiest of them. I really enjoyed
I
this.
absolutely agree with that.
I
That's
let
amazing.
you off the hook after seeing this one. I go, okay, Patrick Stewart's got that. That's good.
Picard is too fucking boss to do this.
Wait,
So
there was another. Wait, you had the ice
What?
bucket. Oh, and then somebody threw boiling water on somebody. Did you see that video?
What the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
they're like, we're not gonna do
No,
ice.
it was 2
boiling."
kids in a snowy apartment, and one of them started talking to somebody else, and then the other one ran up to the balcony and then threw hot boiling water on the other person and said, "Oh, you're so boiled."
Yeah.
First of all,
Yes!
that was Justin Robert Young. That's you. That
No,
was
no,
you
no.
10 years ago.
No, but that's what confused me about Justin's video is that I had already
You thought Justin got in a time machine, went back 10 years ago, and then mocked the current horrific situation.
Yeah, because somebody was like, "You got bold," and then they show this person later, and he's totally his skin's all sloughed off. I mean, it was really bad.
Well, let's
So
take a look
anyways.
at the news here. It says here, man demands biscuits, throws boiling water on girlfriend.
This just seems like an assault.
No, that wasn't one.
Are you sure? Are you
No,
sure
it
this
was
is
Not
not?
anything we do tonight. Does everything just explode into a bizarre jag about something deadly serious?
The top comment is, she must make really good biscuits and gravy. Wow.
Okay, well, that's not it. This is teenagers doing this. But anyways, what's the next one? What's next up? Was it Ebola? Never heard of it.
Hold on, real
What is
quick.
that?
Joshua says, now that we're converting salt water into an RF into usable forms of energy, be prepared for the unfathomable advances in technology. Terraformation of planets will become possible at this time. Great advances in medicine virtually eliminate all disease. Interplanetary transport becomes mundane. Inexhaustible opportunities exist on planets newly discovered to live and work, eliminating all unemployment.
Oh my God. And then later on they said, after listening to Blackwater.
I didn't really care for terraformation until I won't listen to Blackwater. What else we got?
The Malaysia Airlines.
Yeah.
The most popular search because of their dirt cheap prices.
God damn it. As
Did another one just go missing?
Yeah.
What the fuck is with these people?
Wait, what?
Another plane. They just found it.
Wait.
The fuck are they flying on? Paper mache?
It wasn't Malaysia
They
Airlines.
just have like
though.
a really big guy throwing it into the oceon?
It's because all the international
Oh, Air
flights-
Asia. This is not Malaysia Airlines. It was Air
Totally
Asia.
different, bro.
But it was the
Come on.
same area. It was in the same region.
It's because all of the international flights have so much delicious food that they serve on board as a
Man.
big FU to all the American airlines.
What a freaking USA Today
Wait.
headline. Why did we find the Air Asia plane and not Flight 370? For many news
might
junkies,
surprise you.
word of Air Asia Flight 8501's disappearance Sunday elicited one word. Again? It's easy to make parallels between the Air Asia flight that vanished Sunday and Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, which, after 8 months of persistent news coverage, has yet to be recovered and remains one of the greatest mysteries in flight history. There's no way to make that funny. is there?
No, there really isn't.
Yeah.
You tried.
Keep
You
going.
really, you went hard at it.
You went
All right,
on
maybe
it.
this third
Let
one.
me just double down on it.
No.
The debris field is in relatively shallow water. Officials. All right, no, I can't.
There's nothing to it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. Tracking was working. Number 4, size of search area. Maybe I should just click on this random mother story. Daughters face eviction after their mom is killed.
Wait, why?
Maybe that would be
Yeah.
Forget
Now we're
it.
going
This
to
is
watch a
weird.
clip?
Nope.
On to
And-
number 3.
And we're on to number 3 on the Zeitgeist.
Ebola, Brian.
Sorry, say again?
Happy days are here again.
Ebola was a big story. You might have thought that it wasn't. Turns out it is.
It's amazing. He said as he tried to call up the link to a relevant audio clip that he is playing right now.
Is this about the time the Ebola gay dropped the bomb on Japan?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah, no.
No, this was the time that Ebola Jones started for the
See,
American
somebody
soccer team.
somebody brought the Ebola beat to that Let It Poop song. And
Ebola
then
beat?
Beat. Yeah, they let it drop. You know,
What?
One of the symptoms of
Ebola beat?
Ebola is shitting your butt out.
No, you-
And the
you-
bowl
you've
is
heard
not
the-
big
Like,
enough.
I love
Okay.
the fact
I-
that this is
I-
amazing. You got to
I-
explain to me the whole bit. This is amazing.
The remix from the Night Attack album.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I need a link from the chat
yeah.
realm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Ebola is great. I love
What is
There
the
it is.
fastest
Thank
way
you. There it is. Took a while.
to make sure you're reviled by the entire world? The first step is to only be known for one thing. You're like the guy who loves Hitler. Hitler. That's a great brand for being hated. Hitler. Hitler. You're like the guy who loves Hitler. Hitler. That's a great brand for being hated. Hitler. Hitler. You keep hammering on it over and over again. Hitler. Hitler. That's a great brand for being hated. Hitler. Hitler. You're like the guy who loves Hitler. Hitler. That's a great brand for being hated.
By the way, what does it say about the fact fact that T2T2 in making this video decided to illustrate like the worst thing he could think of was the church singer, and he has you coming and pointing the church singer saying like,
You're like the guy who loves Hitler.
I don't know,
Hitler looks so lonely sitting there in pajamas under a rainbow.
He does.
majestic.
Like he hasn't found his purpose in life.
How can we leverage that kind of thing? Oh, it's great. I love Ebola. Oh, it's great. I love Hitler. Oh, it's great. I love Ebola. Oh, it's great. I love Hitler. Here's the one way to stop Ebola, guys. You have Ebola, spit in your friend's mouth. Oh, it's great. I love Ebola. Oh, it's great. I love Hitler. Oh, it's great. I love.
All right, next on the list.
Next on the list.
Next on the list, Brian, the World Cup, a huge story this year. Of course,
Bullshit.
Who
Who
I can't
cares
believe
about the World
Cup
Cup?
beat
Jesus,
Ebola. That's crazy to me.
dude.
Wow.
I mean,
Tell
what
me.
is this?
What happened with the World Cup? That made it-
Somebody kicked a football and a boat sank.
What?
As far as I could tell.
Was
Justin?
Is there any element of the World Cup that crossed your social relevance, Brian?
I know that everybody was disappointed with England, but I get the impression that like that's like a perennial favorite, you know, like everybody like every year, you know, they're disappointed in England.
Yeah, I think Brazil was the big thing because they were hosting it. It was in Brazil, and Brazil, of course, is they're like always hot shit, right?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they didn't really do well. They didn't win.
Oh.
They lost like 7-1.
They got
Which isn't even like a soccer score.
All right,
No,
real,
what we like to
real-
call
real,
in,
real quick.
in-
all right. I have
in
the
industry a rape.
I have the impression that you, Justin, know how the World Cup turned out, but I think that me and Brett and Bonnie may be in the same category in that we don't know. Bonnie, can
Yes.
you tell everyone what you think happened in the World Cup this year?
Okay. So there's this guy, and he was really driving the ball to one side, and then somebody took it, and they're just like, the crowd was like, yay! And then he kicked it all the way down, and he made a goal! And they hear, because they all got those instruments in the, you know, like those little.
The vuvuzelas,
Yes.
yeah.
And then they're
right.
like, and then the other team's like, oh man. And then they like line up again, and everybody's like, oh,
Everybody lines up. Is that a thing they do?
and
And-
well, then yeah, you got to get started again. And then they go, kick the ball, and then they start kicking the ball again, and it goes this way, and it goes that way, and then some guy falls to the ground and goes, ah, my foot, and then they're like, pussy, get off the field. And then there's action. Boom, 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 boom. And then somebody does a header because that's real impressive. Wah! And he heads it from all the way at one end of the goal to the other into it. And everybody goes, oh, man. Again. And then it's just back and forth. And then eventually we have a winner.
Right on. So,
It's pretty close to what happened.
Pretty much.
who was the winner this year, Bon?
The winner this year was a really, a very surprising upset. It was Canada.
That would be a surprising upset.
All right. What about you, Brett? What's your version?
Oh, I actually know what happened. I would be cheating.
What?
All right. Let me tell you what I think happened.
You followed the second most popular thing in the world? That's bullshit.
Hey, I was watching 10-year-olds play soccer. I didn't
You know
watch
what?
the
Actually,
actual
here's
soccer.
what I'm going to do. I'm going to describe Penelope's soccer game, and you tell me how close this match. Brett, you tell me how close this was to the actual World Cup.
Okay.
Well, there's two teams, and there's the one that we all clearly want to win.
Is this co-ed or all girls?
Co-ed.
Wrong.
They're all the same gender,
Wrong.
if
It
that's
was
what you're
men.
asking.
No.
Yeah, I mean, they're all the same gender. Yeah, obviously we all want our team to win, but we also understand that there's difficulties, right? There were atmospheric difficulties. Our favorite player underperformed. And didn't quite deliver what we hoped he or she would do.
It was really upsetting because she didn't even watch the game.
Well, first of all, let's not assign gender, but yes. Our favorite player may have been a little bit tuned out during the game. However, we got really excited when goals were scored. Wait, by the way, Bonnie, the whole Vuvuzela thing was like 4 years ago.
Doesn't matter. Still rings in my ears.
To you,
it's still
always
ringing in my ears.
Okay, fair enough. Ultimately, our favorite team did not win, but we were really excited for the effort they put forward.
Oh man.
How did I do?
That was pretty close. In that it sounded like you were vaguely describing something that might involve a ball.
I think it was great, and it made 75% of this show about Penny.
Fair enough. Jeez. Such a dad. God damn it. All right. What else we got?
Number one,
Robin Williams.
Never heard of
full
him.
of happiness and cheer.
I mean, it's always about dead people. I mean, I think normally it's just one of those things where we got to, we gotta kind of find ways to make it funny. And I kind of feel like we're just not in that. We're not gonna do that tonight.
What is literally the happiest thing on the top 10 list?
Top 10, the funniest thing on the top 10, the happiest thing on the top 10 would probably either be Frozen or like Flappy Bird. Although had
Flappy
its own
Bird probably
weird thing.
made noise because it got canceled, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it was like super popular, and then it's like a budding franchise that could have had like movies and TV shows and stuff made about it. That the guy's like, all right, well, I'm gonna pull it for whatever reason that he pulled it. I mean, Conchita Wurst, that was a big thing too, and you could say that's it was a step forward for understanding gender lines and stuff like that. And the ALS, actually no, the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge would easily be, and I know it's like these are the most popular things in the world. So the commentator class for which we are, we're gonna look at it and be like, yeah, whatever. My mom was into it, but yeah, that was fun. I mean, there was nothing but smiles.
It's not
going
gonna
to
be on the list if it's not played out, but that was obviously the most like motivational, inspiring thing on the list when you're comparing it against Ebola and ISIS.
Yeah, holy shit! And Robin Williams dying, which is like sudden and tragic, and he's a comedy icon, and it was suicide, which made it even sadder. It's not like he just died of a boat sinking or some shit.
Can I actually say, like, I actually think it's a great thing that he. Man, there's no tactful way to say this, but it's like Robin Williams dying deserves to be the number one most searched thing. Is that weird to say? Is that uncouth?
It deserves to be the most searched thing?
I mean, yes, it's the biggest thing. It's the hugest thing. I mean, he's the most talented guy. And I don't know.
So, your take is that you agree with the results?
Yeah, no. I mean, it sounded like you guys were like, oh, what a bummer that, the top 10 list tends to have these negative things or whatever. But also, like, I would be sincerely disappointed in a universe where Robin Williams dying, committing suicide wouldn't be the top thing, right?
I agree. I mean, I don't think that we're like attacking it. Like, fuck you. You should be dealing with more important things than Robin Williams dying.
No.
Eat shit, world. He was an international funny man, but he's not the end-all, be-all. It's not like Christ dying. If Christ died, he should be number one. But instead, he's just Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire isn't Christ. I would fucking be really pissed. I'm boycotting the Christ as Mrs. Doubtfire movie.
God damn it.
Not all Christs. Hashtag trend it.
Cody 2012.
Hashtag.
I don't know. I watched that and fell asleep.
Wait, Mrs. Doubtfire?
Christ as Mrs.
No,
Doubtfire.
the Christ dying movie.
Oh.
We talked
He
about that
was
earlier.
just a down on his luck savior who wanted to spend time with his kids.
Record scratch. What if I were to die? Now Christ is in a real pickle.
Pretty woman, Christ putting on a wig.
Ah,
Back for
jeez.
my kids in 3 days.
We've hired the best nanny in Galilee.
Comes all the way from Nazareth.
Mrs. Christ fire.
Christ fire. Yeah. So anyway, now that we've turned everyone off.
Oh, I think that happened in the first segment.
Good. I'm right there with you. Hold on. Somebody's sending me a JPEG of... Oh, jeez. Make a vortex. What are you doing, man? Sends that. Jesus.
Yeah, no, that's pretty weird.
That's definitely a person hanging himself dressed as
So do
Batman.
we want to do the call-in bit?
Yeah, no. We could do that, but of course we need to take a moment to talk about our friends, right?
Do we?
I mean, do you not want to?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like this episode is kind of fucking totally sideways anyway.
What are you talking about? Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I take your lead on whatever you want to do.
Let's just go to the calls.
Right on. Let's open up the phones at Night Attack Show. You can call in on Skype. We'll have you live on the air. And the idea is a lot of people, I don't know, they make resolutions. They write down a bunch of nonsense promises and they swear they're going to do a thing. But we don't think that's good enough. We think that you should make a threat on 2015. You don't just say what you want to have happen. You threaten 2015 and punch it in the face. And so why don't you call in and give us your threat?
We were also doing a nerd cred. Like if you have a hole in your nerd resume that is embarrassing, now is the safe space where you can say, I never watched X, Y, or Z, but now 2015 you can pledge that you want to go ahead and make that right in the world. Like Brett, you had mentioned something before we started, right? You haven't seen. There's a big hole in your nerd resume.
I don't know that I would call it a hole, Bob.
Jesus. What?
That was a little Office Space reference there. Yeah. On account of I don't care that it's missing. I haven't seen the original Star Wars all the way through. I saw half of it before I fell asleep in a drunken stupor once.
Yeah. So why do you think that that's appropriate for an adult man to admit? Because I don't think it is.
Mostly because it's kind of boring, right? Like, especially if you compare it to anything. Look, here's a movie that I love from around the same era, Rocky, right? Uh-huh. Try and rewatch Rocky and not think to yourself, holy fuck, is he just walking around Philadelphia again? Like, movies are just paced way differently in the 70s. If you try and rewatch those now, not having seen them and beloved them when you were little, you're not going to feel the same way about them.
No, but like Star Wars changed that game. Like Star Wars is the movie that set the tone for faster paced editing. Like it is the movie that holds up because it invented that like the popcorn epic, the sci-fi popcorn epic, which are now all popcorn epics in the world of the Avengers and Marvel and Guardians of the Galaxy. These are all the children of Star Wars.
Well, the other problem with the movie, if the pacing weren't bad enough, and I dispute that, the pacing is awful.
You saw it once.
I saw half enough. No, and the other important thing is that I have seen the entire movie 1,000 times over in parody now at this point. Like every single scene I have complete knowledge of through a billion different avenues.
By the way, I will totally
There's
back.
no
I
surprises
will
to the movie
totally
at all.
Back Brett's play on this one because Bonnie and I watched The Godfather and we could not enjoy it at all. Like it just seemed utterly cliche, utterly stupid, utterly trite and predictable because it was so genre defying or defining that everything after that was obvious.
Well,
Right.
Yeah, although The Godfather feels. I mean, and listen, I'm not saying that Star Wars doesn't feel like a movie from 1977, but it feels less like a movie from 1977 than The Godfather felt when it came out. It has that super long 70s kind of pacing to it, where Star Wars. I mean, and granted, listen, if for its era, I mean, it feels like a movie that wasn't made yesterday, pacing wise, right? But I mean, it is way better than all the movies of its era.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, and you haven't seen it. I mean, like, how are you making moral judgments when you haven't fucking seen it?
I've seen the half. I'm making moral judgments against the half
You
I've
saw
seen.
it. You saw half of it when we were fucking faced, and I was shit face wasted, and I lived in your apartment, and I'm like, this cannot stand. You will be watching Star Wars tonight, and I fucking put on Star Wars, and then we both fell asleep.
All right,
Didn't shut us
so
off.
real quick, just so I'm understanding this, you were the person who introduced. It's weird for me to say this about a person in his 30s. Like you were the person who introduced Brett to Star Wars.
No, because I've seen it 1,000 times. I know the story. It's fine. I've just never seen the actual movie.
Okay, well, whoa. You can't do that. You can't say those words. I don't understand.
I don't even know how better. I thought you were on my side on this, Brian.
No, I'm not. But Matt Jackson is on the line. What's up, Matt?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, buddy? This is the part where you talk.
Hey, Matt.
You guys got no audio.
What?
I mean, like, we have audio.
We have
That's-
audio.
that-
Fucking, what are
You need
you,
to-
my
you need to
dad?
check privilege, Matt.
You gonna march into my bedroom while I'm jerking off and tell me I don't have audio? Fuck you, Dad. Fucking here's white gold audio in your eye.
Kelvin Curtis brings this up. Ann Trekker sounds like me, and the more that someone tells you to do something, the less you want to actually do it. Brett, is this your oppositional defiance rearing its ugly head?
I'm not saying that's not possible. And I probably will fix this sooner or later. At some point in my life, I might sit down and watch these movies, but I don't care. And the more you tell me I'm supposed to, the less I'm going to.
No, I'm not saying that you're supposed to. I'm saying that you're a dickhead for not. All right?
I agree.
Like, listen, you can live your fucking life however you want, but if you want to fucking roll into my house and act like it's fucking cool to roll around and be like, yo, I haven't seen Star Wars. Look at me shoot my 6-shooters in the air because I'm fucking awesome. Then it's not. It's not cool.
I didn't start out like that. I was happy being the guy that's like, oh, yeah, I've never seen it. And I feel like I already know the plot, so it's no big deal. But you started to fight. You came into my house guns a-blazing.
You're literally in my house. So
Well, all right, fine. But you were in our house. You know what? I don't know.
in the middle of our
right.
street.
Ryan's on the line. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm going to fuck 2015 in the ass by watching this Hacking the System show with some dickhead hosting it.
He
For
hung up.
those audio listeners, Brian just put his thumb down as if to.
Well, no. My thumbs down was for the obvious pandering. But what's funny is like I was here, and then I got like halfway to down when Ryan hung himself up, and it was like fuck you, I'm out. So I guess I don't know what that says about me or my talents. Or the
You
show.
are excited, man. Your show is not but a few scant weeks away.
Dude, I'm super stoked about it. Bonnie was saying that we should do like a big shindig to promote it, but I don't know necessarily what that would be like.
I don't know. But then I would have to plan it, and I'm just like,
Wow, that's a ringing endorsement.
Dream of your own television show is still alive in the Brushwood household.
Remember that childhood dream that you finally fulfilled? It's happening. What do you want to do?
I know.
It's like,
how long are the episodes?
30 minutes a pop, and
30 minutes.
Yeah.
So by the time Penny thinks it's boring, she'll have watched the whole thing.
That's right.
Well played, sir. Well played.
So, do we have this thing here? Do we have it elsewhere? We're gonna have to talk about that.
That's like
We'll
2
see.
whole weeks away.
I know. Last minute. But yeah. So that's the thing that's gonna.
God,
happen.
it's weird. It's weird because it's like there's a weird sort of I don't know, a conflict between what the child in me, the person who works really hard to make everything happen, wants to do, right? What he wants to do is freaking have a, ticker tape parade for himself. But the other part of me, the part of me that is, I don't know, the night attack half of me just wants to be like, well, hopefully it'll do well. And then that's it. But I don't know. I feel like an asshole for, being fake self-deprecating. I don't know. I got nothing. Curtis.
Be very excited, man. It's huge. That's a massive fucking deal.
Yes, it is.
And we will make a massive deal about it as it comes closer.
Here's the thing. I think when people walk through the door, we'll give them a choice. They
So
can either...
I had to call to confess that I have never seen or read Jurassic Park.
So are you going to fix that in 2015?
Are you ashamed of that, or do you want to parade it around like it's your greatest achievement, like a certain person who has an ass?
Oh, absolutely not. This Jurassic Park dick is the biggest ass I've ever met. How can you not respect Jurassic Park? It hasn't been parodied to death. You don't even know what you're missing. You're just being a dick about it.
I didn't say I was parading anything around, so I don't think I'm being the dick here now.
And I think your aggressiveness.
That's the tact you're gonna take.
I think your aggressiveness to Curtis LaRocca reveals an inner racist in you.
So wait a minute. Like, are you planning to rectify this in 2015? Are you gonna actually?
I would like to.
I mean, you don't sound like you'd like to. You sound like you're paying lip service.
So my toss-up is whether to start with the book or the movie.
Oof.
I started the book and then watched the movie and didn't feel that either was lost on me. They were both great.
Okay. You know what? If you asked me 10 years ago, I would have told you that you should start with the book. However, being on the other side of our discussion on Night Attack, the number 4 comedy album of 2003 or whenever, I gotta tell you, just watch the movie. Because the book is better. The book is better than the movie, but you'll be better off if you start with the book. Or I'm sorry, if you start with the movie.
Start with the movie. Yeah, that was my thought as well. All right.
Well, no, because the argument for starting with the movie is that when you watch the movie and then watch the book, your experience expands as opposed to contracts.
It only gets better.
So you're more interested in how these characters are richer as opposed to what they edited from the larger work.
Brian, do you have an example of a movie that you saw and loved and then read the book afterwards?
Dune.
Mm-hmm. And you. So what was that experience like? What was it like to watch the movie, fall in love with the movie, and then read the book?
Here's what happened: is I watched the movie and I fell in love with the movie, and then I read the book. And and the movie, I don't know. I guess really. Did
the book add something to the movie experience?
Oh, dude, a billion times over. Are you kidding me? Like the book was fundamentally different. Yeah, no. I think we nailed it in the Night Attack track. I feel like that watching the movie and then reading the book afterwards, even though the book was fundamentally different, there was like giant parts of the book that were different from the movie. I still thought it was better.
I feel like that's the only time you can get away with that, though, is when it's fundamentally different. Like, I think Jurassic Park, definitely read the book first and then watch the movie because it's...
What? Are you crazy? No.
No, it's close enough. You're going to have the problem that I had where I watched Game of Thrones and then went back and tried to read it, and it felt like a rerun. I was wasting my time reading the book.
What?
I would argue against that.
The racist is again put in his place.
Justin, you want to chime in on this? I'm not sure what I should say.
Number one, let me say that I fully support anything that Curtis LaRocque wants to do. Thank you very much for watching and supporting our show.
Reverse racism.
No, I'm sorry. All right. Yeah, maybe a little bit. No, I mean, we talked about the Jurassic Park thing. I mean, I think that like the Jurassic Park book, I think, is a fundamentally different experience than the movie. In the same way that like the Lord of the Rings books are a very like they are a long a fantasy epic, whereas the Lord of the Rings movies are, I mean, as much as 3-hour movies a piece can be in a trilogy, fairly straightforward fantasy action, and that's really not the point of the Lord of the Rings, the actual books. In the same way that Jurassic Park is about ideas and, man going too far and corporate greed and all these kind of stuff that are really just background themes in the movie, where it's all about, is this velociraptor going to eat this character I like? So, I don't know. I mean, I would say that it's better to watch the more condensed thing, and if you love those themes, you're going to love them in a bigger, more sprawling
right
way. Although Game of Thrones is hard, though, because that is a gigantic amount for a television show, and they are pretty almost carbon copy faithful to the the books themselves. So I think that is a bit of an interesting take on it. Although it was really great to watch the first 2 episodes of the TV show, and then read all 5 books and be like, oh wow, this is crazy. Now I have these images in my head of who these people are, and now they're doing crazy, amazing things in my imagination. Let's take off into a world of fantastic, unlimited imagination and possibilities.
Lisa's on the line. What's up?
Hi. So I have a confession, and it's a little bit longer if you just have a moment.
Sure.
Have a moment.
We have hours.
So a cousin of mine, anytime we get together for, Thanksgiving, Christmas, holidays, what have you, he thinks that I'm the movie buff, but I am far from it. There's so many movies that I have not seen, so my nerd cred is very low. But I don't correct him when he's like, yeah, she's the movie buff. Yeah, she knows all these movies. She's seen all of them. Like, yeah, sure. So I would be here all night if I mentioned all the movies I haven't seen.
Well, what is the one that you are the most embarrassed about that they've brought up, just assuming you've seen?
Wow. It really all the Godfathers and the Matrix.
Wait! You never saw the Matrix?
I was gonna say the Matrix.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You have not seen The Matrix?
No, I haven't.
The Matrix?
Yeah, that's when you have to, you have to put your time.
All right, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? Just so I can get a sense of whether or not it's really embarrassing that you
haven't seen the Matrix.
I am Terminator years old.
Yes. By the way, this is my favorite thing: is expressing your years, expressing how old you are in terms of what pop culture icon that you were born as. By the way, for the record,
okay.
I am Saturday Night Live / Penn and Teller years old,
and I am Return of the Jedi years old. Matrix is very popular, and you're just like, oh, I'll get around to seeing it. Did you have interest in seeing it?
No. Keanu Reeves is a cool guy.
You have no interest in watching a science fiction.
Are you apologizing for Keanu Reeves specifically? Hey man, he's a cool guy. I would hang out with him at a party, but am I gonna see his movie? What am I? Come on.
Yeah. Lawrence Fishburne, great guy. I'm like, okay, you know what?
Larry F. Totally awesome.
And Jada Pinkett came in there, and some other movies or whatever. Cool, right? So I'm like, great, more black people, awesome. But then I, just never jumped on board. Yeah.
I mean, all right, let me ask a loaded question. If the movie had a black actor as the lead, would you have seen it?
Yeah, kind of, maybe, sort of. No, because then, who we got? Will Smith. Will Smith.
Denzel could have been in that Keanu Reeves role at that point.
Will Smith. That's all we got. So,
yeah.
And now they were talking about, Idris Elba being the next James Bond, maybe sort of kind of.
Dude, by the way, did you see Idris Elba's response on Twitter?
Yeah.
where he took the dorkiest photo of himself? Hold on, let me do this.
Hey, by the way, can I have an observation? So I went to go see Top 5, the Chris Rock movie.
Sure.
And, as happens, when you go to a horror movie, what kind of trailers do you get?
You get horror trailers.
Horror movie trailers.
Yeah, of course.
When you go to see a romantic comedy, you get romantic comedy trailers.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
When you go to see a movie, starring a primarily black cast.
By the way, isn't 007 supposed to be handsome? Glad you think I got a shot. Happy New Year, people. And then he takes the darkest picture of himself in the world. I love it. I love it. String your bell, people.
Go ahead.
What kind of trailers?
Kevin Hart trailers.
Ah,
That really flowed.
flowed.
That was great. Let's just
I feel you. I feel you, Justin.
Cut off
I feel
that
you. They just
punchline.
typecast. They just throw in Kevin Hart. Like, oh, okay, he's black. Like, come on.
He's in every
really?
movie. There's not a movie greenlit with a primarily black cast without Kevin Hart. And now he's like bridging the gap where it's like regular old white people movies where he's just like the black friend. They like it was like 4 Kevin Hart trailers in a row in front of top 5. There is one black actor, and his name is Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
24 hours a day.
He is. And he just plays the same character. He's just like, and they're all the same jokes. It's like, aren't you small? And he's like, nah, I'm Kevin Hart.
Okay, Sony, we hear you. We hear you. We get your point.
I know.
All right, right on. Thank you, Lisa.
You're
We're going
welcome.
to jump over to Matt. Who's calling? What's up, Matt?
Hey, this is Matt Jackson. I've never seen any of the Lord of the Rings.
Do you
Not
plan
one.
to fix that this year?
Maybe. I
This is
I've
not the
atten-
most ringing endorsement that we've ever heard.
Sorry.
You gotta be
I don't know,
calling
I've
in to
just
commit
never been
yourself.
interested
This is
into
why
it.
it's on the New Year's show, because you got to say, there is a hole in my resume, and I have 1 year to fix it.
All right, I guess I'll have to do that. It's like
I'm
trying to
going to talk you into this, all right? Can I talk you into just fellowship?
You might be able to.
By the way, I would like to point out that a significant portion of the chat room is actually actively campaigning for you to not go through with this. They're saying, don't do this,
Really?
man. It's not going to work out well.
I've never seen Game of Thrones.
Are you just wait? Hold on, wait. So this needs to be clarified. Are you into fantasy stuff?
Some stuff like I've liked Harry Potter.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know
All
if
right,
that,
like,
that,
I'm hanging
like-
up. So
Put it on
long,
while you're,
jerk.
like, laundry or something. That's
Yeah.
all you need.
All right, Bryce is on the line. What's up,
sleep.
Bryce?
Yeah.
Hey,
That
okay.
counts.
I got a confession and a goal for 2015.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Because I got a lot of them, but I have not seen Twin Peaks at all.
Dude, coming from a guy who finally tried to watch Twin Peaks, boo, thumbs down. I have not so much finished my commitment.
Right, you
to
just
watching.
watched it this year, right?
Yeah, no,
I
this
think-
year.
no,
That shit
I
is
watched
slow and
like
boring.
12 to 13 episodes or so before I ran out of steam.
I mean, it's like it's just.
It's just from the past.
It doesn't belong in this century, right? I mean, that's what it boils down to.
What else doesn't belong in this century?
What's that?
Other movies?
Let's say it.
Oh, whoa!
You're so proud of
Just
it.
other movies.
You're so proud.
You don't think so?
You're like a kid on Christmas, just parading it around.
Things that
You want to
that
act like
people
it's
love.
cool? You think it's cool?
Things that
Hey
people
man, I haven't
love
seen
at a different
movies. I'm so
time.
cool. Oh,
You know,
I'm
we're
at the Amtrak of Roundsville. Oh, I'm going to Tokyo. Yeah.
All right, we
fun
got Thomas
time,
on the line.
honestly.
Thomas, what's up, buddy?
Like,
You're a fucking piece
this
of
is
shit.
totally in my wheelhouse. I should have seen it, but I've never seen any of the Alien movies, and
What
I'm
the
committed
fuck?
to watch them this year.
Okay, well, the good news is there's only 2 that you need to watch, and you need to actively not watch any of the other ones, including the ones that were directed by David Fincher.
Wait a minute. But that David Fincher one was written by Joss Whedon, which means you should show it to your daughter and then be upset when she doesn't like it.
Just screw that, man. Look, even Jesus made a mistake that one time that he made Aliens 3. Bullshit, dude. Dude,
I fell asleep during that movie.
Dude, only watch 2 movies. By the way, if you do watch Aliens 3, here's the fun game is realize, watch the movie realizing how excited everyone involved with that movie
the
is
fourth one,
to
not
be
the
able to use the F word. Like, they slow it down and they shout it as loud as they can. They're like, oh, it's the fucking aliens, and there's I've got to cut off my fucking hair. Like it's like they slow it down and they say it as loud as they can.
That sounds great. I'll have to do that.
All right, so long.
Thanks.
Bye.
I've got a confession.
What?
I have not played Cards Against Humanity.
Dude.
Probably better off.
You think? Everybody talks about it like it's just the funniest game. And
It was really, really funny the first time that people played it. And it was really great. And I enjoy it. And I like supporting it. I like getting the 12 days of bullshit stuff. And every once in a while, like, it's just cool to kind of have. But, like,
You'll have a great time playing it the first 3 times you play it.
yeah.
Okay. And then after that, you're like, I know how this plays.
But you
I
might
mean,
as
it's
well
good.
live-
It's
you might as well-
nice. It's nice.
You might as well
know?
live through those 3 times. It'll be a really fun 3 times.
Yeah. It's good. It's great.
Okay. So at the next PTA meeting, I'll bring my Cards Against, because they probably haven't played it either. It'll be all of our first 3 times. It'll be really great.
Well,
Okay.
but also like Bonnie's in a bit of a skewed perspective because she has the I did Max Temkin's podcast, and so he sent me the bigger, blacker box, the giant, horse cock filled with Cards Against Humanity cards, and I feel like that's got to skew it to the problem, as I understand it, is once you played it 2 or 3 times, you know what the cards are, and you just hope that you get Hitler and Batman, and it's like you pretty much win whatever round you're playing when you have those cards, right?
Well, I mean, some of them are overpowered, but I think part of it is you not like the jokes being like fresh, right? Where all of a sudden it's like you start to get an idea on the permutations on what's in there and what the questions are and everything, and it just kind of it loses a little bit of steam. I mean, and not to say that it's not built to be a game everlasting, right? There's a reason why they've done 1 million expansion decks.
Sure.
Right.
Emily's on the line. What's up, Emily?
Yes, I am going to waterboard 2015 in front of its children because I've never seen any of the Indiana Jones films.
What the fuck? Wow. I don't know how to feel about that because on the one hand, like, my kids legitimately got bored watching Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, it might not hold up. It might not hold up.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Just another era.
What's your
like
judgment,
smoke movies.
Justin?
I mean, they're really good, and you should watch them.
Do you know what I
Like,
really love, though?
I mean, like, are you? I mean, I feel like Indiana Jones is amazing, but it's not cultural currency on the level that, like, I don't know, like, you should be fucking embarrassed if you haven't seen Star Wars at this point because, if you move in certain circles, it's just a shared experience for which you have, and to parade around your ignorance and wear it like it's some kind of badge, it's just disgusting and gross, and you should be judged for it.
What's the biggest hole in your resume, Captain All Talk?
I mean, Indiana Jones, on the other hand, it's great. It's amazing. It's very enjoyable, but I don't know if it's all.
It's weird. That kind of felt like a dodge. What's the big hole?
What is probably the biggest hole? I would say.
By the way, I fully expect whatever comes next to be like some kind of like super hipster. Like I never fully watched or listened to the secondary sessions of Led Zeppelin's back blah 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 or whatever. I don't know.
It'll be something that's beloved by all of the world. Like It's a Wonderful Life. I just never made it all the way through It's a Wonderful Life.
No, I mean, God. I mean, I guess probably the biggest thing that I haven't seen that is embarrassing, especially since I've done a podcast with several seasons in which my only job was to make references about it was Dune. I've never made it through either the book or the movie of Dune.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dune takes a weird spot in my life because I've read probably 3 of the books and seen the movie and didn't dislike any of those experiences, and I would not be able to describe what the plots to any of them are to you.
Dude, by the way, I mean, Dune is amazing because, like, the plot is, it's literally the current politics of the Middle East, and you could say that for the last 30 years. Like, that's what's amazing about Dune, is that he was so right when he wrote it. Like, the spice is oil. The Fremen are, whoever lives in Saudi Arabia, and Dune is the desert, And I don't know. That's amazing.
Good news is spice is under $2 a gallon right now.
Yes, that's true. Thanks, Emily.
Thanks, Mick.
All right, there's that. And JCL Voices, or JD Voices, sorry, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Can someone explain to me why Napoleon Dynamite is funny?
It was a phase we were all going through at the time. You know, I kind of feel like that is a movie that out of that current cultural milieu, probably suffers a lot. I don't know.
Great.
Do you feel like if you
I'm
watch,
glad I'm not
have
the
you seen
only
Napoleon
one.
Dynamite?
Yeah, it's a pretty it's a very age specific movie too. I remember seeing it in theaters because my sister was like, "I've seen it 4 times. You have to see it. It's the greatest thing ever." And I saw it and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty funny. Maybe not as funny as it would be if
that
I were
same
5
thing
years
could
younger."
not get behind it.
By the
That
way,
and Blonde.
do you know how much John Heder was paid for Napoleon Dynamite to play the titular war?
I'm sure it was like 50 cents in a taco.
Yeah, no, it was
Quick nut
$1,000.
grab.
He made $1,000. He played that role and made $1,000, which
I mean, it was like a micro budget independent comedy, right? And he was
Yeah.
a nobody at the time.
Like the whole movie was made for under $1 million, I think.
Yeah.
Totally worth it. Rob is on the line. What's up, Rob?
Hi there, guys. Love the show. You know what? Fuck 2015. You know what I'm going to do 2015? I'm going to go and get 30 minutes of exercise every day, eat right, start being fiscally responsible so I can get fine 2015, take it on a good day, and get a good dinner, take it home, fuck it right in the pussy.
Boo. I tell you what, man, he pretty much laid it all out. I'm going to vote for that guy for president.
Ryan, you're on the line. What's up, buddy?
Oh, hey, man. Just want to confess, I've never seen any of the Harry Potter movies, but you know what? Emma Watson is looking pretty goddamn good right now at 24, and I'd fuck her right in the pussy.
Yeah, what is the which movie, which is the defining movie at which point it's okay to start like really finding Emma Watson hot?
In the Harry Potter series?
Sure. Yeah.
The last one? Last 2?
You're like, none of them. Shame on you, Brushwood.
No, I mean, she always plays a character that's underage, right? But she was not underage probably at some point.
Okay, by the way, does that change anything? Like the fact that she's playing somebody underage, does that make it okay to dig on her, knowing that she's overage playing somebody underage?
If you are fapping to the actress, it is okay. If you're fapping to the character, you're weird.
So when your wife walks in, you're like, it's okay. I'm fapping to the actress, not the character.
Yeah. No, I think
I
it's
feel
legit.
like if you have to
Here,
explain
wait,
yourself,
I'll
there's
ask
probably
Ashley.
a pretty blurry line.
Ashley, so if I were jerking off to Hermione Granger from Harry Potter, but it was about the actress Emma Watson and not the character who was underage, is that legit or not?
I mean, is the actress old enough?
Probably.
Or at least, and to be honest, this is a good point because like as long as you think she's old enough, that makes it okay, right?
No.
What do you
Found a
mean?
lot of lines to walk on this
If
conversation.
you think she's 18 and you're imagining her, then you're imagining her as being 18, right? Bonnie?
Yeah, so we're not doing any crossovers here into real life, then.
No. I mean,
It
first
depends
of all,
on what state you're jerking off in, right?
Yeah,
like
I think so.
it's all
In-
legal. It's legally
In
different.
Texas, they get kind
your
of
right
uptight
hand,
about
your
what
left
you're-
hand.
I feel like it's legal to jerk off to the first one in Thailand.
Like if it's your non-dominant hand that you're jerking off with, then it doesn't matter because that's like you're another person anyway.
Oh no, that's like opposite day.
Yeah.
Like you could just fake jerk off to something with your left hand.
Right.
That's your just kidding. I'm just joshing doing this. Right?
Matt's
right hand,
on the
that's
line.
righty.
Okay,
righties,
so
right?
as far
Right.
as
It's lefty.
Hermione goes, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that a generation grew up with her. So the 5-year-olds watching it when she was 5 thought she was hot when she was 5, and when they're 18, she thinks they're hot when she's 18. That being said, the thing that I probably am most need to watch would be I have not seen Saving Private Ryan.
Dude, all right, don't make that crinkle face, man. Understand, Saving Private Ryan deserves to be watched, especially because it was maligned, man. Like, that was a bad year.
Maligned?
Dude, freaking, do you know what won the Oscar that year?
Yeah, that's not maligned. That is considered the greatest travesty in Oscar history.
That's what I'm
Harvey
saying.
Weinstein has a reputation for buying Oscars because Shakespeare in Love won over Saving Private Ryan. Like, that doesn't make it maligned. That means it is
I guess mistreated
appropriate.
or whatever. Find your other favorite M word to ascribe to it. But it's like, whatever. It got screwed over, man.
Right hand. No, yeah, I mean, it is known to be great. It is known, Khaleesi. Like, it is, it's awesome. It's amazing. And Steven Spielberg, it was a surefire Oscar. And then Harvey Weinstein took a bunch of people out and went to old folks' homes and said, hey, remember Shakespeare? And somebody in the back said, I went to high school with him. And everyone laughed. And then they all voted for Shakespeare in Love.
Oh, jeez.
Also,
So messed up.
Great movie, though. It's right up there with Chocolat.
I think he's just trying to fucking antagonize.
And how does it rate next to freaking
I hope the
Star
fucking
Wars?
next mission pick is antagonistic cocksuckers. I'm just gonna take a picture of you and put it up and win first place.
God damn it! All right, we got a few seconds left if anybody wants to call in, but otherwise, do we want to check in on the movie draft? Do we have a movie draft minute?
I don't know if there's gonna be a movie draft minute because we had a real fart fuck of a weekend. What with the whole interview thing and we did not know how stuff was, or at least.
By the way, did you watch the interview? Did you like it?
I did. I didn't.
Wait.
I did watch it. I didn't like it. No, sir. I didn't like it.
Really? Why did you not like it?
I thought it was. There comes a point where, and whenever you have creative tandems that have had success with very improv-heavy comedies, sometimes they do improv-heavy comedies that totally skimp on any kind of story value, and the improv is not where it needs to be, and it's predictable, and every scene just ends with them saying something and the other one saying, oh, don't say thing you just said that's off kilter, and then he goes, I'm going to say the thing that's off kilter, and then they go back and forth, and that's it. I mean, it felt like a movie that I wanted to be funnier because it had the very daring decision of rolling in a real life element to it. And when you do that and you are not also smart as well as clever, I think it is less to me. But I understand some people like it. I just thought it was kind of a mess.
I kind of loved it because I only expected it to be 5 good jokes hung on some scaffolding involving, something that would electrify the whole discussion, i.e. international, incidents and so on. I thought it was great. That's interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was not.
I wouldn't say great. I thought it was. I was surprised that I actually found parts of it funny, and so I left happy.
I mean, like,
but I was expecting nothing, and I guess I was watching Twitter, and everybody was like, "Meh," and then like I actually laughed a couple times, so I was like, "Hey, I laughed."
I mean, I thought it was like on par with like Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Yeah,
right.
I'd say that. But we don't watch a whole.
God
lot of
no,
comedy.
Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle was fucking inspired.
I don't know.
Man that lived in White Castle's neighborhood.
I mean, how many set pieces were I don't know. Like I feel like they were pretty much on par. There were 5 moments I burst out laughing out loud in both of those movies. Therefore, they are equal, right?
I mean, sounds legit in the Brushwood scale of how many jokes he laughed at in a movie. Then yes, they are equal. I mean, I guess when comedies are weird though, it's whatever strikes your fancy. But I found more elements that were very funny in Harold and Kumar than I did in the interview. Partly because I just think we've seen Franco and Rogan be funnier in other movies together. We've seen that shtick be funnier. Pineapple Express is far funnier than the interview. So maybe I'm punishing the interview because that movie was as funny as it was.
No, that's fair enough. Like I actually have not seen Pineapple Express. Therefore, I don't have, to be honest, I think this is the first Rogan Franco comedy that I watched all of. So maybe that's why I liked it a lot, because that's the first one I saw.
Then you have a magical world ahead of you. Because they will all be funnier than the interview.
Fair enough. David's on the line. What's up, David?
Hey, I have Never seen The Wizard of Oz from beginning to end.
Good for you.
That's fine. We
Just
can skip
hold
it.
on to
At this
that.
point-
Another era.
Enjoyed
Right?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, don't sweat it, bro.
Like,
Real quick,
I will
we got
kick you
Rob
the
on the
fuck
line.
out of
Rob,
my
what's
house
up,
if you
buddy?
Keep that shit up.
Hey guys, being real this time. You guys have been the greatest thing to happen in 2014. Thank you guys so much. Really love the show and have a happy new year. Love you guys.
Yeah, fuck you.
Happy
We
New
hate
Year.
you.
Thanks,
we think
man.
you're a piece
Hey,
of shit.
Brian, there is a movie draft minute, and if you want to click on that and start playing it, we do have a New Year's Eve celebration going on right now in Lima, Ohio, the City of Lights. So we're gonna play the movie draft minute, and then I want DJ Twill and Crunchy, who are currently ringing in the new year a day early. Don't tell them.
The only thing I have is what's labeled as the bootleg movie draft minute. Is that right? Let's take a look.
I don't know.
Welcome to the Movie Draft Minute for the week of December 29th, 2014. I'm your guest host, Leon. Well, Roberto Villegas went to jail for copyright infringement, and after this video, so will I. Let's check out the scoreboard. In 6th place, Justin Robert Young has $74.1 million. In 5th place, John Teasdale has $133.3 million. In 4th place, Brett Rounseville has $233.5 million. In 3rd place, Brian Brushwood has $317.6 million. In 2nd place, Tom Merritt has $325.7 million. And still in 1st place, Scott Johnson has $378.4 million. That was your Movie Draft Minute for the week of December 29th, 2014.
Dude, I gotta tell you, man, this is a weird year in that I'm actively cheering for Scott to win everything, right? Like, he earned it. Like, it would be a travesty if anybody but Scott won the movie draft.
Oh, what a bed hedger you are.
What do you mean?
Oh, man. You know, it would be a travesty if Scott didn't win. I'll be really upset if the second place person wins and you're the second place person. What a fucking bet hedger you are.
Dude, okay. Well, for the record, first of all, there are two things. First of all, Scott definitely was the one that took a big gamble on Interstellar, and smart to do so. Second of all,
Interstellar and Big Hero 6 opening on the same weekend. That
Correct.
was his big...
Correct,
his big
which has
gamble.
never paid off. Like, buying two of the biggest movies on a single weekend has never paid off before. But the fact that he did it, that's great. Second of all, like, the whole interview thing, like, nobody could have seen that coming. And the fact that it's like it was out and then it came back and it looked like he was getting screwed. And then, you know, we were picking, like, I think, what was the movie we were going to give him? I want to say Sibian, but that's a sex toy.
Which may actually
No,
make more
God
money than
damn
the
it,
interview.
Brian. It's Selma, the Martin Luther King
Selma,
bike.
that's what it is.
Not Sibian, the fucking $1,000+ fuck toy.
Right, but the point is like nobody could have seen that coming, and then the fact that it would flip flop back and forth, and then he's back to having the interview, and that it would be a smart thing that is one of the biggest day and date release movies of all time.
Make more than the interview.
Yeah, it will, because the interview is only going to make probably maybe $4 million.
Yeah.
If that in theatrical
already
grosses, it made
made.
15 on VOD.
Dude, it already made $4 million in theatritrical at only 300 theaters.
But I mean, it's done. It had a 2-week run. It's out of theaters, or it's going to be out of theaters next week. It was a limited release.
Okay. I don't know.
You not believe me?
I mean, that it would be surprising for me, considering that the news stories were that everything sold out the entire 2 weeks, right?
I mean, it might be extended, right? But the initial, the studio said it was going to be 2 weeks in limited release.
Yeah. Okay.
So
No.
who knows? It might be different, but that was their initial plan.
I believe all of that. But regardless, like, I mean, freaking, he made the best play, right? It's like in the entire history of the draft, this was the most dramatic situation, and certainly he deserves to win.
Certainly so. No, I think he will, because I mean, like, you are
I can't
relying
imagine
on
who
Lord
would
of the
catch
Rings
him.
grosses, right?
I mean, me? No, I'm
you're
screwed.
relying
No,
on
yeah.
Hobbit grosses, and
Yeah,
Tom's
nah,
out of movies, right?
Yeah. No, totally. Yeah. So there's that.
All right. Well, that was 2014. Brett, do you have any threats toward 2015 that you'd like to make right now?
Threats?
Yeah.
No, I just like
And you back
2013
up
was
your-
2013 was a great year, and I just want to look forward to the next year.
Yeah.
Just skip 2013 and 2015. Those are the only 2 years now.
Are you just glad
forward
that
to
now you
finally
can stop
seeing, Star
stop
Wars.
acknowledging that there was a year happening?
Yeah, exactly. Now we can just move on to the greatness. No, I am super psyched about 2014. Mission Pick looks awesome. And if you guys download the first version and haven't updated to the second version yet, then you're missing out on having your brain exploded.
Oh no, it looks like an actual app now.
Which is to say that your previous version looked like a piece of shit. That's
listen.
Like, especially relative to the new one, it was.
I've had these conversations with Brett where I'm like, listen, man, I'm so effusively in love with the new version. It's borderline on insulting on what you did before. Like it is. I love it. Like I can't express. If I express my love too much, it's going to come off like I'm just shitting on your previous effort. But yeah, no, it's an iOS thing. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but Android. Fucking,
we'll get there.
Calm
Sorry.
down, beautiful people.
Fucking
Hey, we have live on the air a couple of folks. We got DJ Twell on the line with what looks like one Crunchy. What's going on, Crunchy?
Nothing. We're about to take shots.
Okay.
This pinata shit.
Why?
There we go. Guys, do you have any threats that you would like to make toward 2015?
Took yours?
Yeah.
Any what?
Any threats you'd like to make toward 2015 before you break the pinata?
Any threats?
Threats, I'm about to give up liquor. So there's that.
Oh God.
She says as she drinks liquor. That's fantastic.
It's already gone. I don't threats. No. Watch out. Generally speaking.
Okay, good.
Fair enough.
Brian, before you hang up, they're going to break the pinata that's right above their heads there. So why don't you guys go ahead and do that while Brian, do you have any threats toward 2015?
Man, I'll tell you what, man. 2015. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna hug you and work out really hard. That's what I'm gonna do. Take that, 2015.
And my threat is you will see more and better of me 2015.
Happy New Year, chat realm.
Happy
There
New
it
Year.
is. Love you guys, man. Take that, 2015.
Is there something that I did? Is there something I can do? Oh no, night attack is done. My heart has been broken. The depression's just begun. Brian Brushwood, every time you leave, I wanna hurt myself by pissing off some bees.
All right, hold on, wait a minute.
What?
We do have a late breaking edition of Diamond Time.
What?
You can have all of your projects shouted out right here. We'll go through them pretty quick. The Chat Room Awards. The clock is ticking. The voting closes on January 1st. So you have a few days to get your votes in. And don't miss the Chat Room Awards hosted by Roberto Villegas and Brandon Cooper. That is Vincent 404 and King Kaz, if you're nasty, on Friday, January 2nd, 1900 hours Pacific Standard Time. Chatroom.us/awards. Also, they remind us that, Brian, please scroll down so you can fix the chat.
No, totally fixed. God damn, how great is Chat Realm? They know all this stuff. By the way, don't forget Hallie Juku's 2014 year-end special all this week. Hallie Juku is looking back on the past year in East Asian pop culture, from girl groups to boy groups to solo artists to collaborations and beyond. We'll be covering the best debuts of the year, determining which established acts made 2014 their own, and looking at some of our surprises and disappointments. Yes, we're doing an episode every day this week. We realize that that's insane. Just come along for the ride. Why don't you? It's Halleyujuku or Halleyujuku. That's HALLYUJUKU.com, or it's even easier to go to kpoppodcast.com.
And of course, Drucifer, a musical book club. Record Breakers every week brings four guys together to discuss music. Every once in a while, a special guest comes by. This week's guest on Record Breakers is the Tadpool's very own Viking lass, April Ness, bringing Soilworks album, The Panic Broadcast. Come here to hear a discussion about metal music from a real-life Viking that is Record Breakers. Check them out at recordbreakerspodcast.com or number 4 Record Breakers on Twitter. And of course, if you would like your Diamond Time submission, go ahead on over to diamondclub.reddit.com or reddit.com/r/diamondclub. It is the top stickied post every single week, and you can make sure that your project's in there. If it's one of the top 3, we read it on the show.
So I could press play. We're good.
Hit play.
Woo.
Allergic to bees.
Oh, smooth. That was smooth, Justin. I feel like we nailed it. See you next Tuesday.
Justin Robert Young. Every time you go, I get so sad that I wanna drink a warm glass of Drano. Night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack.